Of late, I've been doing a lot of self reflection. One of my biggest strengths is my selflessness. I find it easy to fulfill others' needs and wishes instead of my own. It makes me happy. But what do I want? What do I need? A short time ago, my little sister told me, completely out of the blue by the way, that I am a people pleaser. I suddenly got annoyed at her, asking, almost begging her to elaborate. She couldn't, but deep down, I knew she was right. Not long ago, I was in a tight situation with a loved one. Our back was against the wall, but the other person was concerned about themselves, while I was concerned about them. Difficult times don't define you, they reveal you. I know I'm being vague, but in short, I had an easy way out, but I chose the hard way in order to protect them. I don't regret my decision, nor would I take it back. I'm just surprised in my ability to put others first before me. I'm no hero. I've definitely made selfish choices before and have a bunch more in stock. Still, more often than not, I choose people before me. I am my own last resort. Our past doesn't make us, but definitely shapes us. In my entire school career, from a boy to a teenager, I always found myself getting involved in other people's problems, whether they were my friends or not. From sticking up to kids trying to bully my best friend in primary school, to my first time being excluded in secondary school for getting into a fight after I heard a fat joke directed at some guy I barely knew. My whole life I felt like I fought for others, but not one person, aside from family, has fought for me. I act kind, not for others' approval, but because I know it's the right thing to do. Kinda ironic, when I got bullied, no one fucking helped. Anyway, are people selfish and selfless by design, or is it something that occurs over time? A virus that only gets worse. They say selfish people are successful. By putting themselves first, they are able to fully focus on their needs and goals. You can't get to where you want to be worrying about others too much. If you know a job, sign me up. I beg to differ. I believe there is a way to put yourself first without being selfish. Most people act selfless because they feel guilty to choose themselves over someone, even if it's the simplest thing. What do you want to do today, babe? Let's eat. We just ate earlier. I want to watch a movie. Fine, we'll go out to eat. Happy wife, happy life. We may not have wives, but we have all compromised for someone, big or small. Most selfish people have many traits, but one I've noticed is a lack of compromise. If they don't want to do something, they won't because number one shouldn't have to. It wasn't a part of their plan. I don't know about you, but I always compromise. I'm happy to. But now it's time to ask yourself, what do I want? What do you want to do? What is it that you need? To really change, let's start off small. The next time your friends want to do something with you, tell them no, I want to do this instead. And see how it makes you feel. Maybe your younger sibling wants to watch a certain movie. Tell them no, I want to watch this movie for once. Because you're sick of watching the silly stuff. If you can't relate to any of these, if you're at the gym and you want to hit a certain exercise and your boy or girl, they're not really trying to hit what you're trying to hit, tell them no, I'm trying to do this instead today. Little things like this will feel uncomfortable at first, and I personally are going to make an effort to do this at least once every day. But let's not push it. Jokes aside, we do not want to become a selfish person. We just want to prioritize ourselves more because that is the key to self love. To fully love yourself and appreciate yourself, you're going to have to fulfill your own needs. Everyone loves to have a certain amount of attention on them and also to get what they want. Of course they do. And when other people like me and you are practically doing it for them and making it easier, they're not going to complain and ask us to change our ways. Nothing changes if nothing changes, which is why I believe applying this in a small way with little things can help us. Another way I'm going to try and cure us is by making a list of things we enjoy. Now, me personally, I don't even need to make a list because there are a lot of things I enjoy, and I'm sure you at least enjoy a couple things. Let's say we take a mental note instead, and we're gonna do them more than we have done before. Now, I mean something at least productive or healthy, and yes, that includes a form of escapism like video games, because I'm not against them, unlike these other self improvement gurus. And putting more time into things we love to do instead of others will allow us to make a better balance as we are currently having a lack of our own selves. Doesn't that sound crazy to say out loud? The bottom line is putting ourselves first is just not neglecting our needs. The more we take care of our physical and mental health, is the more we are capable of taking care of others around us, especially the people we love. Everyone has their own path, which means that on our path, we need time to focus on ourselves. We need self isolation. Self isolation is the best way to truly understand yourself, and it is something I have practiced over the years and have been doing currently. Rebuilding the relationship with yourself is the most important. You shouldn't be a person that hates yourself. You are your own avatar, your own main character. I don't care if you gotta do something corny in your eyes and tell yourself you love yourself in the mirror. But whatever you do, we gotta make sure that we're appreciating ourselves. Because at the end of the day, we are number one. We live for ourselves. We make choices for ourselves. At the end of the day, you can never even disappoint anyone but you. There is no you versus you. It's just you and you. Look, with these videos, I might not always have a solution. That's not going to be guaranteed. But I am liking currently documenting my thoughts and how I'm feeling. I feel as though this is very interesting because I can definitely relate to everything I'm saying since it's factual. I'm a selfless person that does want to start putting myself first more. It's funny, my mum always used to tell me that every 5 years people change. I just pray that in 5 years I don't become a selfish prick. I want to become better. This isn't a part of me that I want to necessarily cut out. It's just something that I definitely would love to work on. Being selfless is actually quite an attractive trait to have, believe it or not. So don't think that we're at a disadvantage here, because we're not. It's just we need time to ourselves, and that is the main issue at hand. You and I have to understand that people put themselves first every single day. This isn't something new. It all starts by us making some boundaries with the people in our life. You have to start drawing the line on how much you are actually doing for somebody and how much you are actually doing for yourself. Check in with yourself if you don't do that much. That's something I started to do, and it's definitely been helping. Ask yourself, are you really alright? Is it something that you need? Is there a need you need to fulfill? What is it? All these questions, I'm not going to have the answer to. You are. This isn't something I've mastered, and I will be taking my own advice, but I do honestly believe it starts off small. But let me know what you think. Putting yourself first isn't selfish, it's just the right thing to do. Stay consistent.